She will never stay up at night thinking about the man she fully understands. But the man she can't figure out? The man whose next move she can't predict? That's the one who lives in her mind at 3 a.m. Machiavelli knew the truth. Power isn't just about being loved or feared, it's about shaping what someone feels when you're not there. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact mental game that makes her chase you, fight to keep you, and fear losing you more than anything else. And the best part? She'll believe every step was her choice. Comfort is the silent killer. Desire doesn't grow in still waters. It grows in waves, in storms, in moments when she isn't completely sure what will happen next. If you make her feel too safe, too certain, too secure, you remove the fire before it can even start. She might like you. She might enjoy your company. She might even say she cares about you. But care is not desire. And without desire, attraction slowly fades away. Here's the hard truth. A woman only fights for what she thinks she could lose. The moment she's sure she has you, no matter what she does, she stops trying. Not because she's unkind or ungrateful, but because human nature works that way. Think about something in your life you once chased. Maybe a dream, a job, a goal. The effort made you value it. The uncertainty made you fight harder. But once it was yours, once it was guaranteed, the urgency faded. Attraction works exactly the same. When you give her endless reassurance, when you reply instantly every time, when you always agree with her, when you're available 24/7, you take away the tension that fuels desire. Her mind relaxes, but when her mind is too relaxed, her heart is too. And when her heart is too calm, the excitement disappears. She may still like you, but she won't crave you anymore. That craving, the feeling that makes her think of you when you're gone, that makes her wonder where she stands with you, is born from a mix of safety and uncertainty. Too much safety and uncertainty dies. Too much uncertainty and trust dies. The sweet spot is where attraction lives. If she never feels she could lose you, she'll never fight to keep you. She must feel that you are a choice, not a possession. That having you in her life is earned, not automatic. Because the man who is too easy to keep is also the man who is easiest to forget. Machiavelli's law of controlled access. Machiavelli understood something most men forget. Anything that is too easy to get will always lose its value. It doesn't matter if it's gold, rare art, or your time and attention. If people can have it whenever they want, without any effort, they stop appreciating it. When you give a woman unlimited access to your time, your emotions, and your energy, you remove the very thing that makes you valuable. You stop being a prize and start becoming part of the background, something she knows will always be there. At first, she might enjoy it. She might even think it's strength. But over time, her mind relaxes. She no longer feels the need to earn you. She stops putting in effort, not because she's bad, but because human nature works this way. We value what we have to work for, and we take for granted what's always available. Machiavelli knew the secret to lasting power was controlled access, letting people close enough to feel your presence, but never so close that they believe they fully own you. This is not cruelty, and it's not about playing games. It's about protecting your value by making it clear that your time and attention are earned, not given away automatically. In relationships, scarcity works like it does in the market. If something is rare, people will fight for it. If it's everywhere, they ignore it. When you limit your availability, your presence becomes an event. Your words stick longer. She replays your moments together in her head. She starts to look forward to seeing you again because it's not guaranteed. This is why men who always reply instantly, always say yes, and are always available slowly fade in her mind. They're there all the time, and because of that, they're easy to overlook. Controlled access makes her understand, even if she can't explain it, that your attention is valuable, that it's not for everyone, that it must be earned through respect, effort, and loyalty. And here's the truth. When she feels she has to earn you, she values you more. She treats you differently. She works to keep your attention. And she respects the time you give her because she knows it's rare. Machiavelli would sum it up in one rule. Never let anyone believe they own all of you. The part they can't touch will always be the part they want most. The fatal overinvestment. The fastest way to kill her desire is simple: give more than she gives. It may feel noble, it may feel like proof of your care, but in reality, you're sending one loud message: you've already surrendered. You've placed her on a pedestal she hasn't earned, and in her mind, the chase is already over. Think about it. When you reply to her instantly every time, you're silently saying, "My time has no other priorities. You are my only focus." When you shower her with endless praise, you're telling her, "You already have my full approval." There's nothing left to earn. And when you share your deepest feelings and life story too soon, you're handing her the crown before she's even stepped into the arena. Machiavelli would see this as a fatal strategic error. Why? Because once someone believes they have total control over you, they stop working to keep it. Human nature values what takes effort and ignores what is always available without cost. When you overinvest too early, you erase all the tension that fuels attraction. There's no mystery, no challenge, no reason for her to wonder where she stands, because you've already made it painfully clear. And here's the truth most men avoid: you can't chase something you already hold in your hand. If she feels she's won you without lifting a finger, her attention will drift towards someone who isn't so certain. The answer is not to play cold or fake disinterest. It's to match her energy. If she gives 50%, you give 50%. If she takes her time replying, you take your time too. If she shares a little about herself, you share a little in return. This balance keeps both sides leaning in, still trying to earn each other. Overinvestment flips that balance completely. It hands her all the power while putting you in a constant position of chasing. And, as Machiavelli would remind you, power disappears the moment you give it away without cause. Every word, every reply, every moment of your attention should be a conscious choice, not an endless stream. Give her enough to stay intrigued, enough to remain curious, but never so much that she feels certain she owns you. Because the man who gives too much too soon doesn't inspire desire or respect. He inspires comfort, and comfort is where attraction goes to die. The addiction of uncertainty. Human beings are not designed to truly crave what is predictable. We may tell ourselves we want stability, safety, and routine, but deep inside, our emotions come alive in the presence of risk, mystery, and surprise. It's why we binge-watch suspenseful shows late into the night, because we need to know what happens next. It's why we glance at our phones over and over, hoping for a message that may or may not arrive. It's why we think more about people who keep us guessing than those who give us every answer up front. And for women, this truth is no different. The man who gives her complete certainty will earn her gratitude. She'll thank him in her own way. She might admire him, respect him, even feel safe with him. But gratitude is calm, and calm is not the same as passion. The man who gives her uncertainty, who leaves her wondering what he's thinking, how much he truly wants her, or whether he could walk away if he chose to, awakens something far stronger: obsession. Here's where most men destroy their own chances without realizing it. They believe the way to win her is to give endless reassurance. They reveal every thought and feeling without restraint. They respond instantly to every message. They answer every call before it even finishes ringing. They constantly remind her where she stands with them. They think this is love. But in reality, it's the slow death of mystery. And without mystery, desire withers. When a man trades that spark of unpredictability for total security too soon, he removes the tension that keeps her emotionally invested. That tension is the invisible thread that pulls her thoughts back to you when you're not around. Without it, her focus begins to drift. She might still be physically present, but her mind wanders, searching, sometimes unconsciously, for the emotional rush of unpredictability she's no longer getting from you. Understand this. Uncertainty doesn't mean being cruel or playing childish games. It means keeping something in reserve. It means allowing her to feel that she hasn't fully figured you out. It means being slightly unpredictable, not in a way that damages trust, but in a way that keeps her paying attention. Because the moment she feels she knows your every move, she stops watching closely. And when she stops watching closely, she starts taking what she has for granted. The man who can mix moments of closeness with moments of distance, who can offer warmth without full predictability, becomes unforgettable. He's not just a man she's with. He's a mystery she's living, a story she can't stop replaying in her mind, wondering what the next chapter might reveal. Desire without dependence. A man's presence can create two very different feelings in a woman: comfort or craving. The difference comes down to this: is your desire tied to dependence or to freedom? Most men, when they want a woman, fall into the same trap. They lean too far in. Their words, their actions, even the way they stand sends the same message. I need you to like me. I need you to choose me. And once she senses that need, the energy shifts. She feels you're not with her because you choose to be, but because you can't imagine life without her. Dependence suffocates attraction. It smothers the tension. It removes the question mark from her mind and replaces it with certainty. Once she knows she's the prize and you'll never walk away, there's nothing left for her to chase. Desire without dependence is different. It's when you look at her in a way that says, I want you, but I am whole without you. You're not holding on for dear life. You're not trying to make her your source of happiness. You're showing her that she excites you, but her absence won't break you. This balance is rare, and that's why it's powerful. It's calm, not desperate. Confident, not arrogant. It makes every moment with you feel like a choice, not a plea. You can enjoy her presence deeply, but if she's gone tomorrow, your life still stands strong. And that unshakable energy makes her pulse quicken, because she knows you could walk away at any time, and there's nothing she could do to stop you. Machiavelli understood this in power. Never let anyone believe they have complete control over you. In love, that means keeping your independence while still showing real interest. For example, you can pull her close, whisper something that makes her feel desired, and then turn your attention fully to your own world. You give warmth, then you show self-sufficiency. That shift builds a tension she can't escape. Because the truth is simple. Women aren't drawn to men who revolve around them like satellites. They're drawn to men who are their own center of gravity, men whose lives are already full, whose worth doesn't depend on her approval. When you master this, she won't just want you. She'll want to earn you, because she knows you'll never stay out of need, only out of choice. The art of mystery. Mystery isn't about locking yourself away or acting like you have nothing to say. It's about revealing just enough to spark curiosity, and then letting her imagination fill in the blanks. Most men kill mystery without realizing it. They over-explain. They pour out every thought, every feeling, every detail, believing that full honesty will bring closeness. But what really happens? She stops wondering about you. She stops imagining you when you're not there, because there's nothing left to figure out. A man without mystery is like a movie where you already know the ending. No suspense, no reason to keep watching. The art of mystery is about leaving space. You answer a question, but not completely. You share a story, but leave out one detail. You give her a look that she can't fully read. Is it attraction? Is it amusement? Or is it something else entirely? That little uncertainty is what keeps her hooked. Every unanswered question becomes a thread in her mind. And the more she pulls that thread, the more she gets tangled in thoughts of you. Human nature hates unfinished stories. It craves resolution. If you give her everything too quickly, she closes the book. But if you give her just enough, she keeps turning the pages, replaying scenes in her head, even when you're not around. Machiavelli understood this in Power. Never reveal the full truth at once. Keep others guessing. In attraction, it works exactly the same. A woman values a man more when she feels there's always more to discover. Here's how to use it. When she asks about your past, share a piece but leave one part untold. When you give a compliment, make it slightly mysterious. There's something different about you today. I can't decide if it's good or dangerous. When you tell a story, stop before the most interesting detail and let her ask for more. Mystery turns her own mind into your greatest ally. Even when you're not there, she'll still be thinking, wondering, and wanting to know more. The disappearance. That burns. Most men stay too long. They linger in her messages, in her company, in her attention, thinking that more time together will make her want them more. But in reality, the opposite happens. The more she has of you, the less she feels the need to work for you. The disappearance that burns isn't about ignoring her for days to prove a point. It's about leaving at the perfect moment, when the energy is high, when the laughter is flowing, when her curiosity is alive. You leave before she's ready for you to leave. Why? Because in that moment, you create a gap. And that gap doesn't sit quietly, it itches in her mind. It lingers like a song she can't finish. She keeps replaying the last moment, wishing there was more. Think about food. If you eat until you're completely full, you forget about eating. But if you've only had a few bites and the plate disappears, you'll think about it for hours. This is human psychology. Scarcity creates desire. Machiavelli knew this in politics. The wise ruler makes himself valued by being seen rarely. In attraction, the same truth applies. The less you are constantly available, the more she values the moments she gets. Your absence can make her feel your presence more than your constant attention ever could. How to use this without looking like you're playing games. If you're texting and things are going well, end it first. Leave her with something to think about. If you're together, leave while she's still smiling, leaning in, wanting more. Don't stay in her emotional space until she's had her fill. Step away while she's still hungry for you. When you disappear at the right time, her mind starts asking, where did he go? What's he doing? Who's he with? These aren't harmless thoughts. They plant the seeds of longing. And longing, if left to grow, becomes obsession. You're not punishing her with your absence. You're showing your value by letting her feel what it's like to lose it, even for a short while. And once she feels that loss, she'll want to close the gap herself. Not because you asked, but because she can't stand the space you left behind, becoming the rarity. Today, men are everywhere. She opens her phone and instantly, dozens, maybe hundreds of men are ready to pour attention on her. Compliments stack in her inbox, likes flood her pictures, messages fight for her time, and yet, she doesn't chase them. Why? Because human nature ignores what is everywhere, but it desires what is rare. When something is too easy to get, its value drops. A man who is always available, always replying in seconds, always giving attention without her earning it, becomes ordinary. And the ordinary is invisible. To be the man she pursues, you must become rare. Not because of perfect looks, piles of money, or a flawless life, but because you give her a feeling no one else can give. And that feeling must always carry a shadow, the shadow of loss. Think about a diamond. It's not valuable just because it's beautiful. Plenty of stones shine. A diamond is valuable because it's rare. If diamonds rained from the sky every morning, no one would care. People fight for what they can't have easily. The same law applies to you. If she believes she owns you fully, no matter what she does, her mind relaxes. And when her mind relaxes too much, desire fades. Machiavelli saw this in politics. The more accessible a ruler is, the less respect he commands. In attraction, the same truth stands. The more accessible a man is, the less desire he creates. Becoming rare means you don't drown her in attention, you choose when to give it. You don't try to impress her, you let her feel fortunate to have your presence. You don't make her certain you're hers forever. You let her sense she could lose you. This shadow of loss is powerful. It's not about threats or childish games. It's about living in a way that shows you have options, a full life beyond her, and the strength to walk away if needed. A rare man is unpredictable. He's not in every conversation. He's not liking every post. He's not reacting to every story. His time feels like a gift, not a default. His attention feels earned, not handed out. And when she feels you are rare, she will chase you. Not because she needs you, but because she fears losing the feeling that only you can give. That fear, that quiet shadow of loss, will make her hold onto you tighter than she's ever held onto anyone. Final words. Right now, she might look at you as just another man in the crowd. But the moment you stop giving away your power and start using it with intention, everything changes. This isn't about tricks or childish games. It's about knowing your worth. and moving like a man who knows it. The man who can control himself controls the entire relationship. The man who owns the frame decides how the story ends. If you're tired of chasing, if you're ready to become the man she works to keep, then this is the turning point. Subscribe now, because in the next video, I'll show you exactly how to make her invest so deeply she won't even notice she's doing it. When that happens, the balance shifts, the game reverses, and suddenly, she's the one chasing you. Type "I hold the power" in the comments if you're ready to step into that role. Your rise begins today.